Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Joy's Kitchen. I hope you are all doing very wealthy, healthy and good. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite healthy stew, which I call slow cooked sausage stew, or just slow cooked stew, or slow cooked sausage and vegetable stew, whatever you want to say, you can say it. But trust me, this one pot stew is so amazing and so tasty to eat, and it's really less work and it's just one of the best. That's it. And I serve this stew with spaghetti, you can already see, but you can eat with rice, we can eat with bread. It's so yummy and so tasty. So I'm gonna show you step by step how I'm gonna do it. Just stay with me and enjoy the recipe. So to make my slow cooked stew, I already cut all my vegetables, and you can see I already put it in my pot, big large pot. So what I took around half a packet of brown mushrooms. As you already know that I love brown mushrooms because they are much more nutty and much stronger, but trust me, you can go for white mushrooms, exactly that gonna be the same, but I prefer brown mushroom because as I said, it's quite strong. And then I took one quite large big onion, and you can see I quite cut them like a chunky pieces because this is a slow cooked stew, and all the vegetables need to be quite chunky pieces. If you make them very small, they're going to be like mashed or melted in the final stew. So make them all chunky pieces. Then I took around 4 to 5 medium-sized carrots, and you can see how I cut them. They are also quite chunky pieces. As I said, all the vegetables need to be chunky, and when the stew gonna be done, they're gonna be so sweet, and oh, that's gonna be so good. And then I took around half kilo potatoes, and I also, you can see I kept my potatoes whole. I didn't cut them, I just peeled the skin off, and that's it, because these potatoes are so soft, and they're gonna be like when they are cooked, they're gonna be still in the shape but done and juicy and sweet, and oh, it's so good. So if you are using cooking this particular stew, you have to keep your potatoes whole, and keep choose the small potatoes, not too big. And at the same time, I took around 1 packet of or 8 chicken sausage. I love chicken sausage, so that's why I'm using chicken sausage. But exactly, you can cook it with lamb sausage, beef sausage, pork sausage, or mixed meat sausage, any kind of sausage you prefer. But I'm not a red meat eater, that's why I chose chicken sausages. And I took actually 8 of them, but it depends. If you are going to cook more, you can do it more. So these are the all vegetables. You can use celery, or you can use leek as well, but I prefer these 3 kind of vegetables and sausage because they complement each other and I love them together. And now I'm adding here 4 cloves of garlic roughly chopped, and 4 to 5 red chili. This is just regular dried red chili, and I'm using whole. They're not gonna give any spice, they are just for flavor purpose. And trust me, when the stew gonna be done, this chili gonna be so juicy and sweet. You can have it or you can throw it, but they're gonna give a really good taste in your final stew. And I added 4 cloves of roughly chopped garlic, and you can see it's roughly chopped, it's not minced, nothing. So after that, I am adding 2 chicken stock. For this amount of stew, I am adding 2 chicken stock, but if you are making more, add 3 or 4, or if you are making less, just add 1. You can go for beef stock as well, but I quite like chicken stock because I'm using chicken sausages. So 2 of them, they're gonna give really extra flavor in my final stew. So because of the extra flavor, I'm using this chicken stock. And then I'm gonna use or add I can't find my spoon, so that's why I'm a bit late. Anyway, I'm using half teaspoon of black pepper powder. This black pepper powder gonna give really good smokiness. This stew is so easy to make, but trust me, when it's done, it's like one of the best stew you ever gonna eat because it's so easy, because it's oven cooked, and at the same time you can cook it in direct hob as well, like gas hob as well. Now I'm using like plain paprika powder. This is just plain paprika powder, and I'm gonna add around 2 teaspoons of plain paprika powder. Don't use smoky paprika or smoked paprika, just use plain paprika. They're gonna give really good smoky flavor, and at the same time a good color as well. So I'm adding like around 2 teaspoons. This stew is not spicy at all, it's all smokiness and flavors. There is no spice here. And this is harissa powder. Everybody know about this Middle Eastern spice powder. This is a mixture of star anise, smoked paprika, normal paprika, a little bit of chili, a little bit of cumin. This is so, any super shop, if you ask them for harissa powder, they're gonna show you where it is. And this is the main spice powder actually I'm using in my stew. So I'm gonna add around 3 teaspoon of or 2 tablespoon or 3 teaspoon of this harissa powder. So I'm adding them. Oh, this harissa powder gonna give the flavor. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. If you don't find harissa powder, or at the same time, then I'm using some onion gravy granulars. You know, when you eat your sausage or roasted dinner, these ready-made gravy granulars you can find very easily in any super shop. I'm using onion one. You can go for chicken one, you can go for beef one. And what this gonna do in my stew, that gonna make my stew gravy a little bit thick. This is very optional. If you don't have this, if you don't find this, just add a little bit, like 1 tablespoon of plain flour, like normal white plain flour. They're going to do the same thing. Or 1 tablespoon of corn flour, exactly the same way they're going to do the same thing. But I prefer to add these granulars, like gravy granulars, because they have extra taste and extra spices. So that's what I'm saying. To make your gravy thick, you can add that, or plain flour or corn flour. Now I'm adding salt, obviously taste wise. Don't forget, my gravy granular have salt, so I'm not gonna add too much salt. And if I need, I will add later. So I added around like 2 tablespoons. And this is tomato puree. This is just normal regular tomato puree, and I'm adding around 3 tablespoons of tomato puree. So it's quite a lot. It's just 3 tablespoons of tomato puree. This tomato puree gonna give my stew really rich and thick flavor, little bit of tanginess, little bit of sweetness, and little bit of smokiness. So don't add any fresh tomatoes. Add this tomato puree. So you can see it's just as soon as you cut everything. And now I'm adding around 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm making my stew in olive oil. You can choose vegetable oil, but I'll suggest you, if you have olive oil, do it in olive oil, because olive oil have a really nice kind of smoky flavor that also make this kind of stew really tasty. So now I'm gonna mix them all. I'm just gonna use my hand to mix them all, and I'm coming back after mixing my ingredients. So after mixing all my ingredients, that's how it looks. So they are all mixed up. And you can see how good it looks. The smell is coming from it. Oh my god. Harissa, paprika, garlic, onion, chili. It's so yummy. And now I'm gonna add around 3 cups of boiling water for the gravy purpose, because I'm gonna cook it in a slow moderate heat in the oven for a long time, at least 2 hours. So that's why I'm adding quite a lot of water, because that's gonna cook my stew. At the same time, this water gonna absorb as well, and this water gonna evaporate as well. So it's a slow cook stew, so you're supposed to add like proper amount of water. For this kind of this amount of stew, I'm adding 3 cup of boiling water. But you can always check. You can open your oven, you can check, like if you think it's going dry or you want more gravy, you can add a little bit more boiling water. There is no problem in it, like if you add in the middle. So but I think I know how much I want, so I already added the right amount of water. And now I'm gonna cover my pot and I'm gonna put it in the oven. So it's done. Everything is mixed up. It's so easy. Just chuck all the ingredients together in one pot, and that's it. Your stew is ready to be cooked. So I put it in the oven, my pot, you can see, for 2 hours, and the temperature is 200 degree. So in 200 degree for 2 hours. If you are cooking in the hub, they're gonna be more quicker, because they're gonna take maybe 1 hour and in moderate heat. But I'm making it in oven, so 2 hours for 200 degree. At the same time, I am boiling some spaghettis, because this stew I'm gonna serve it with spaghetti. But you can choose rice, you can choose any kind of Italian or any kind of baguette or bread, or you can go for normal boiled rice or pilau rice or any kind of rice anyway. So but I'm gonna serve it with spaghetti, because that goes really good with spaghetti. Or you can choose any kind of pasta, any shape pasta, there is no problem. So I'm boiling it. So here you go, guys. This is my slow cooked sausage stew is ready for you. And as you noticed how I served it in on top of the spaghetti. And as I said, you can serve this stew with rice, with pilau rice, with any kind of bread or baguette, or even you can eat on its own because there's quite a lot of vegetable and gravy and sausages. It's so yummy, trust me. And I hope you're gonna like this recipe and you're gonna make it and enjoy with your whole family. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and follow my recipes and share my recipes with your friends, family and neighbors. And trust me, this one pot stew is so yummy and so good to eat, and it's so healthy at the same time. So I hope you're gonna make it and enjoy it with your whole family. So you take care. Bye bye. Ta-da.